right here on the quiet grounds of what once became Washington's Encampment in Morristown, New Jersey, a different kind of battle was unfolding. Not a clash of armies, but a moment of exhaustion, regrouping, and rediscovering. Strength after the chaos of Trenton and Princeton. And maybe you've been there too. That place where you've pushed yourself through so much physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually that when the dust settles, you don't feel triumph. You just feel tired, empty, worn out from being the strong one. Like your mind and heart need rest just as much as your body. If that's you today, this message is meant for you. Hi, I'm Sheila, a certified stress management coach, here to help you stress less, find more peace, so you can understand the deeper emotional landscape we all walk through. Let's take a breath together. We're going to breathe in, rest for 5. We're going to hold quiet for 5. And now we're going to let go of tiredness for 5. Let's do that again. We're going to breathe in space for 5. We're going to hold stillness for 5. And now we're going to let go of everything that's weighing on you for 5. Here in Morristown, I'm reminded that peace sometimes begins not in the moment of victory, but in the pause that follows. Let's explore 5 peace lessons from Washington's winter encampment that can help you restore balance, soften your heart, and rebuild your inner strength. 1. Rest is not avoidance, it's preparation. After the intensity of Trenton and Princeton, Washington didn't push forward blindly. He paused, he rested, he regrouped. There are seasons in your life where progress doesn't look like movement. It looks like recovery. It looks like letting your spirit breathe again. Rest is not weakness. It is how strength renews itself. 2, your body knows what your mind tries to push through. The soldiers arriving at Morristown weren't simply tired, they were depleted, just like many of us run on survival mode long after the crisis has passed. Your body whispers first. Slow down, pause, restore. When you don't listen, it eventually raises its voice. Peace begins with honoring the signals you've been ignoring. 3, you can't lead yourself forward if you don't first return to yourself. Washington couldn't make clear decisions without stepping back and assessing the bigger picture, and neither can we. When life moves fast, we lose touch with what we feel, what we need, and what actually matters. Morristown teaches us that returning inward to your truth, your intuition, your center, is what allows you to move forward with clarity instead of chaos. 4, the quiet seasons rebuild the strength you'll need later. This encampment wasn't glamorous, it wasn't triumphant, it wasn't inspiring, but it was essential. Some of the most important growth in your life will happen in the season no one sees. The nights you sit with your emotions, the evenings you let yourself cry, the mornings you chose peace instead of rushing. These quiet moments rebuild the foundation of your strength. 5, pausing doesn't mean you've lost your momentum. It means you're reclaiming it. Washington didn't stop at Morristown because the journey was over. He stopped so the next step could be taken with intention instead of burnout. When you slow down, you're gathering the strength you'll need for your next chapter, and that is the most powerful form of peace. You don't have to earn rest. You don't have to justify your need for calm. Your pause is sacred and is preparing you for everything you're about to rise into. And next, I hope you'll join me and watch another in my Battlefield series, From Battlefield to peace. Each video carries powerful emotional lessons I cannot wait to share with you. If today's message spoke to you and you feel called to explore what's behind the stress you've been carrying, I invite you to grab my free guide, 7 Steps to Discover Why Behind Your Stress, so you can begin creating your own path back to peace. And if you're curious how stressed you really are, I have a quick test. It gives a powerful snapshot of where you are right now on your journey back to calm, safety, and peace. If you love calm, creativity, or something that helps your mind unwind, you can explore my puzzle and coloring books on Amazon. And if essential oils and calming soaps support your peace practice, check out Simply Earth. All of the links are below in the description and pinned comment. In peace, and until next time. Before we end today, for my history enthusiasts, after the victories at Trenton on December 26, 1776, and Princeton on January 3rd, 1777, Washington brought his weary troops to Morristown to rest for the winter. The cold was harsh, supplies were thin, and the men were worn down. But this encampment became a turning point, a moment of renewal. Here they reorganized, recovered, and rebuilt the strength that would carry them into the next phase of the war. Morristown wasn't a battlefield in the traditional sense. It was a battlefield of the spirit, a reminder that pauses matter, the rest matters, and the moments of quiet between the storms may be what save you. Let's have a look around. Here's a big church they're redoing, a Methodist church. Here is the statue for Gettysburg. You go all the way around. As you can see right behind me is the statue of George Washington and Hamilton. And straight up there at an angle was Washington's headquarters. And I'm forgetting the name of the restaurant right now, or the name of the place that it was. Right here, you have the statue, beautiful green. Again, go all the way around. Another beautiful place. Of course, we have the American flag, George Washington flag, some other statues. This is actually the first time I've been here on this green. I've been around it, and it's like, oh, I gotta stop in there because of my fascination with history, what we can learn from it, how we become empowered, how it can show us the outward battles that are very much seen and people can see, to and here's a little Santa's house. I don't know if it's quite open yet. I gotta imagine it's just before Thanksgiving. Santa's workshop or Santa's house. A little statue on the green. And of course, I want to show you this. Welcome to the Morristown Green. Here, show you the statue where I was filming from. And this is a really big church right there. Beautiful church. I have to take some photos of that. And the place was Jacob Arnold's Tavern, is where George Washington's headquarters were, here in this encampment. Again, it was right over there. It was from the white building, in between that kind of white brownish building and the number 20, right in there. All right. Hope you've enjoyed this. Again, in peace, And until next time.